Hello and welcome to the 2022 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova Discs. You are watching the Disc Golf Pro Tour stop number 1 on JomezPro with Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
We have obviously an exciting card. First actual league card of the season here. Chris Dickerson in his first Las Vegas Challenge, 11 under, unmatched by anyone in the field in his round 1 effort, 100% putting from circle 1. That's how you get that hot score. And on his tail, Eagle McMahon, also 100% putting inside the circle. He is just one back, 2-time winner of this event. And then we have the young Gannon Buhr, 16 years old. This player is showing so much promise, an incredible rookie season. Also 10 under par, 67% birdie percentage in round 1. That was tied for first place. And Seppo Paju, Finland's finest, 9 under. Lowest PDGA number of all the 9 unders, and there were plenty of those in round 1.
Hole 1, par 3, 353 feet out of bounds right. There is a left to right breeze coming today, so you make sure to keep it low if you're doing the sidearm and get it high if you're doing the backhand. Let's see what they got.
This pin has changed a bit, hasn't it? Hasn't it been a little bit longer on the hillside? Or
Dickerson.
I feel like it's a little bit shorter this year. I could be wrong though.
You are correct. It was about 50 feet farther last year.
Okay. And Chris, he's got the chops for the sidearm. I mean, he's going really wide.
You heard about that wind, but it's not doing that much. It was really swirly today.
Very runnable putt there, but probably close to 40 feet.
This is a very, very difficult hole to park with the backhand. The way that hillside slopes away from the basket there, you almost have to hit it flat on the right side of the pin, but there is a tree on that right side that will catch a lot of those discs that are swinging in from the hyzer line.
So yeah, last year it was farther. The year before it was in this exact position, though.
Okay.
So this is something that these players have seen before.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
You know, that guy's throwing darts at the basket with that spike hyzer line. That's crazy.
Right there on top of Chris Dickerson's shot.
Also at 10 under par, Gannon Buhr.
I'm Gannon Buhr. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Urbandale, Iowa.
Gannon first picked up a disc when he was about 9 or 10 years old. He had been watching some trick shot videos with Brody Smith. He landed on disc golf by accident because at the time he ended up buying a disc golf disc instead of an ultimate frisbee.
Just wanted to keep playing because I enjoyed watching the thing fly and the many different ways I can manipulate the disc.
Ended up practicing and practicing, looked on YouTube and figured out what to do with that disc once he got it.
For me, I've always looked up to professional athletes. For me, it's been Will Shoestrick. For some reason, I just got attached to his form and his game. He's been my favorite pro growing up, and he still is right now. First saw Will at 2015 USDGC. My mom drove me out from Iowa, and it was like a 16-hour drive, and I got a picture with him. And then a couple years later, I was able to get on Team Prodigy with him.
Gannon's path with disc golf is definitely unique. Most kids his age are concentrating on homecoming and prom and school sports.
With disc golf, you know, it's easier to get good, and I can make money at a young age doing what I love as well. For my practice routine, I try to do 200 to 500 putts a night from 30 feet only. I don't putt anywhere closer than that. 30 feet is where I putt from.
It's literally 24/7. We have baskets and nets in the basement of our house, and I'm constantly hearing chains all day, every day, into the night.
I don't really do much of field work anymore. I kind of just go out to a course and take my whole bag and throw the discs on every hole, every single one on different angles.
The flight of the disc, he understands the angles, he understands the plastic. He's just very analytical about the game, so it's not just, how does it feel? He really analyzes what he needs to do to get the shots that he's looking for. I think with that kind of work ethic, the sky's the limit for him.
Some of my biggest strengths are that I'm a very versatile player. I have pretty much every shot I feel like, backhand, forehand, and decent distance with both, but I think a lot of people credit me for my putting. I get super nervous on the putting green, but they just kind of seem to go in sometimes, and I think that's what practice kind of helps with, is even bad putts or when you're nervous, they still tend to go in.
moment I realized that disc golf could be a career for Gannon was probably during Waco of 2021. Seeing him land on lead card after the first round was something that actually felt kind of natural to me. To see him compete with the best players in the world obviously makes me very, very proud. He's a constant student of the game, including his competitors, which I think has helped him get to where he is today.
This week I'm really here to get a decent finish at the first Pro Tour event of the year, 35 or 40 under par range to get me in the top 10 finish.
As a mom, you really just hope that your kids are passionate about something, and that doesn't always happen. But to see him chase down disc golf like he has and continues to do, that makes me so happy.
The drive to compete is really what keeps me playing the sport. I hate losing, and I just want to, play as long as I can.
Gannon, such an incredible rookie season, as I mentioned earlier. Deep run last year in the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship. And he's been alive on this earth less time than we've been playing disc golf, all three of the commentators here in the booth. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but he practices from only 30 feet.
Yeah, he probably practices more than us combined, too.
Seppo, Paju.
He's a beast,
Yeah,
no question. And he's been practicing a lot because I heard his knuckles are just bleeding right now from throwing so many shots. Seriously. He's having like a problem with his hands because he's just been ripping that much.
Talk about ripping. This is a bit wide, but I like it.
Oh. That's
ground play gets him.
There's the collection area right there at the bottom of the hill, and Seppo's getting a nice long roll back to Finland. Goodness, the thing needs to stop rolling.
Another thing that I noticed about that interview is really important to have the support of your parents, and those were, you can tell that not only is he a student of the game, but his mom as well, and just the way that he was talking about him. Yeah, that was beautiful.
A bit of an unfortunate roll for Seppo, just kind of giving a half bid there for the birdie. He's going to have to settle for par. Eagle off left side chains. That looks so good.
Very nice sit, though. I feel like this hole rolls more than any hole I've ever seen, ever.
That's a good angle of how much slope there is on the green.
You almost welcome an air ball rather than a chain out.
Yeah.
For sure, without a doubt. Really.
Again, an opportunity to get a stroke here on the card with a step putt, and he's a little bit low, and there's that action. Looks like all four of our players will start off with the par. Chris with a little bit of work left. It's just amazing to think that he's 16. Like last year, that run that he had at Waco.
When he was 15?
It's crazy to think that he just composes himself very methodical, a lot of players that age are very quick on the tee, very excited to throw. He's very deliberate with his play, and he's very methodical, and he thinks about every shot. I think way more than most people that we see even 5-10 years older than him.
It was really cracking me up when we first saw him this week, and he came walking up, and Jerm, you were like, "Hey, Gannon, what's going on, man? You still 16?" And he went, "Yeah," and you just said, "Get a new thing, man."
I'm sick and tired of it, Gannon.
Well, what kind of thing does he have for this hole? 270, really the only tunnel shot that we're going to have, real woodsy hole, really all weekend, which I really like this hole.
Yeah, it's nice. Little low ceiling, easy work.
Oh, boy, that pine cone said, nice shot from Chris inside the bullseye.
Yeah, how lucky can you get? He was going to be like 15 feet.
Yeah. Look out.
What is this?
Just a mild hyzer here from Eagle McMahon. Probably with the splice.
I saw some needles coming down off the pine, but I didn't quite see where it finished.
Foliage? How was that?
Perhaps.
You did it.
Thank you.
You did it.
solid.
I'm practicing. Look at this buttery goodness.
That is smooth.
Too smooth.
Oh, okay.
Just smooth enough. Magical tree.
And this guy just knows how to spin the disc, doesn't he? I mean, doesn't he?
One of my favorite players all time to play catch with. Seppo is just a frisbee savant across all stabilities.
I remember when Seppo was coming to the States for the World Championships 2012. He was 16 years old. A lot like Gannon, and he took 6th place that year.
Seppo off rim low. Really one of the pure throwers you will ever see in the sport of disc golf. Seppo has got all angles, touch, distance, you name it, he's got it.
Oh, and he's just an absolute rock star in Finland. I mean, there's nobody more popular or even close.
A lot of great players that we've been missing out playing with. It's really exciting 2 days in a row to have an international player on the card. It is the future of our game having, I mean, we've been saying this for a while, probably going to overtake disc golf and USA's dominance. It's happening right now.
Calm down.
Hey, we got
Something
Gannon
so
Buhr,
special
man.
about our sport is that not only do you fall in love with the flight, but you fall in love with the community. And everyone inside of disc golf just seems so approachable.
If you're trying to make a dream happen that you have to save every single penny you can.
We're really just learning how the disc golf broadcast works.
It's been a long journey of kind of coming to know myself and being comfortable in my own skin.
The local community are very important part of the success of the new course build-up.
Tournament directors can't just wake up, roll out of bed, and go, I'm going to be an awesome tournament director. They also have to put in the work.
You're these high school girls that just got inspired, and you just got an idea of what you want to do with your buddy for her birthday. You chose disc golf. Win, win, win.
We want to create an open and honest community of disc golfers.
It's a great listen. Check out Approachable. Hole 3, par 3, 260 feet. Plays almost like an island. If you do go out of bounds, either long on that sidewalk or in the little water area to the left, you go to the drop zone, a little pitch across the way and take your bogey. But most players are just going to pitch their hyzers out and around, try to skip up to the elevated pin. This looks like a good weight here for Chris. Perfect.
That's so nice. It's a harder shot than it looks like. With the OB deep, that corner just kind of waiting for you to pull you into the OB, and it's a really big penalty because you go to the drop zone. So, impressive shot.
Also, with that left to right wind, if you decide to throw driver, they like to get up and roll towards that sidewalk too because of the way that it's pushing. So they both make the correct play, in my opinion, by clubbing down and doing that overstable putter shot.
Kind of a nose-up stall type of hyzer. Eagle going a little bit more aggressive with the hyzer skip angle, and that's beautiful.
I mean, with this card, this is just going to be lunchables for him, honestly.
I'm sticking to my guns. That's a tricky shot. They're making me look kind of foolish, but
I'm Team Nate on this one.
Nope, that's perfect.
Oh, it's so close to not being perfect. And that edge, the edge of the OB is really close to the sticks there by the base of the tree. If it hits any of that, he's in a lot of danger of going OB. We are one very short putt away from a guaranteed star frame if Gannon can get this one in, and he does.
You guys seeing Chris Dickerson, Limestone Laser, and his wife Brittany with the matching outfits right down to the pattern on the pants? Are you guys seeing this?
That's some ultimate support. And I believe this will be the first star frame of the 2022 season. Don't recall a single one yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think we had one.
What's going to happen?
Have you guys ever thought about maybe doing a podcast, you two? I'm thinking maybe call it Unapproachable, just kind of being biggity big shots all the time. What do you think?
I'm down for sure. For absolutely.
Yeah.
That was a great idea.
Yeah. Big Shots interviewing big shots. Don't try to talk to us. Unapproachable podcast coming soon. All right. Hole 4, par 3, 377. This one's a little bit of a gap shot to start. you need to either throw a really, really straight disc or flex something as a right-handed backhand thrower.
First, in my hole one's hard because of the green. This is the first shot that you have to have elite shot shaping ability to get close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hole two
consistently. I mean, you can throw a few shots and get them close, but what he just did there, that is so good.
She's a beaut, Clark.
Yeah, the little bit force anhyzer with the slightly overstable disc, but it's also got to put brakes on because there's OB long. This might just be the mid-range straight as she goes.
Yeah, this is an M2.
I like that high play, really taking away the narrowness of that gap, allowing the disc to do the work and flex back.
Oh, man.
Hang on.
No.
Oh, brutal.
I mean, that's the nose up
mid-range.
400 plus.
Yep. And a really smooth, soft turn. It didn't look like he put a lot of aggressive action into that.
Eagle's going putter.
Is it really? That's...
And he's doing a little half swing.
Oh.
And it's flipping up. That's
gonna be that's a bit of a scary putt with the hillside leaning or fading away on the backside, but
it's eagle though.
It's eagle though.
See what the shot shaping master has for us. Yep.
Little wide. Oh yeah.
See what I mean? The way that he can drift. Oh, that is so good.
Yeah.
He makes the fairway so big, but that's so scary because you miss the angle just a little bit, you're way left. And if you hit it too hard, like Nate said, you're definitely going OB deep. That's an incredible shot.
It initially looked like he was inches away from catching those early branches, which would leave him a 250-foot approach, but misses those, and now he's rewarded with a tap-in. Gannon's going to have to put his putting chops to the test here to save the par. That is a solid par save.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I need to practice from only 30, but that would just be so bad because I'd just be whiffing like for hours straight.
For the first 2 weeks.
I don't know.
And you start
I've been doing this a long time, Nate.
Eagle,
nice putt from Eagle.
Not intimidated at all by that.
I've been telling everybody to putt from 20 feet for years, and maybe I've just been giving the young generation bad information.
I think it's good advice. I mean, Ken Klima once said, if I can make everything 25 feet and in, I'm going to be the man. At 25 feet, naturally over time, as more players, more talent in the field, it's just naturally got to go back. Now it's 30 feet. Maybe a couple years it'll be 35.
Hole 5, par 4, 666 feet. Some dense rough down the left side, OB cart path down the right side, OB golf green just short of the pin, and then you've got about 35, 40 feet of space behind the basket and to the right that you can still use, though you'd really like to keep the disc in view up on top of this hill. Once you crest that hill coming in, you can start to get a little scared that you might have taken a bad roll.
Yeah, that 35, 45 feet behind the pin is quickly OB. That hillside slopes quick. It is very important, like you said, to keep that disc visible on top of the hill.
For some players, it's not a big issue, but for a few players on this card, that bunker to the left can definitely come into play.
This hole, because it's so wide open and being 666 feet, it kind of baits you into going big, but there's no reason at all to go more than 380 to 420. Once you go past that, the fairway really starts tapering in, and that OB on the right side comes into play.
And I think you just see the savvy of Eagle McMahon here. We've seen it so many times before. One of the guys that could conceivably attack, and he's just not falling for your tricks, course designers. He knows what he's doing, and he's so smart with the position golf. I don't think I could do that. I'm known as a position golfer.
Right.
If I had his arm, that's out the window. I'm going full send. But the fact that he knows how to modulate and put himself in the fairway, fantastic.
Seppo's going to have a little bit of technicality to deal with on that left side now.
Gannon going mid-range. He's saying the same thing.
Yep. little early on the turn. That tree could, potentially.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's a really bad spot. But that tree, if you have that distance, I mean, these guys have the sidearm. Well, Eagle isn't throwing sidearms right now because of the injury. So I'm actually curious of what kind of shot he's going to shape into there.
Could we see that left-handed shot coming up? Something that he's been working on.
Yeah, but Gannon, little one-step 3. What do you think that is? 370?
Yeah, at least
somewhere in there.
That's got to go. Oh wow, what a shot from Gannon! Just a one step into that.
Heiser with the tactic.
There is a Spike Heiser available.
I've never thrown a tactic, but watching him throw it, I don't think I could throw it farther than 120 feet. No joke. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I believe that's about accurate. Look at this.
Sit down.
Okay. Perfect.
Have you guys thrown that disc?
No.
Nope.
Oh.
But I bet I could throw it 130, sucker.
145. Chris just needs to sit down here, and that's that quick rollout, and
not a bad roll.
Yeah.
You don't really know from where you're standing right now, but you're coming up to a 30 to 32 foot putt, and looks like you might have wrapped around the pin you're hoping, but that gets so quick back there.
The fact that Seppo has a look here is fantastic. I mean, that could have been buried.
He bombed it. I mean, he went past all of that rough.
Look at this. Just a chipper and
nestle.
That was a huge drive.
Beautiful shot.
Little work here.
No problem. And Chris has extended his lead momentarily to 3 strokes over the card. 4 down the first 5. Excellent start for Chris. Gannon, nice birdie putt. Really good starts for everyone so far. Your boy Seppo Paju in for the birdie.
Starry night.
Gotta be.
Man, I did not know that his approach shot got that close. It's a nice star frame. Very, very gettable hole, but man, as you can see, that green can be tricky. There's that, good stuff there from our lead crew.
Hole 6, par 3, 222 island green. You can see the drop zone to the right of the basket there. A nice little follow flight showing you the exact path you want to make. Touchy shot, especially today, giving the gusts of wind that we had. But if they can display the touch that they showed on hole 3, this should be a little picnic.
Now this hole really doesn't present the challenge that in these conditions that it can when the wind is blowing. This is a pretty simple putter shot for most of these guys. Everyone's got a pretty overstable putter in their bag these days, and
I find it difficult. I don't have that like touchy backhand nose up that all of these guys have. I have to go like stable flex super shot.
I hit a building.
Yeah, like that.
I hit a building today.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna say exactly which one.
Oh no. Oh no.
Playing catch with this one. Stable. Needs to get it on a little anhyzer or flat. Yeah, it's going to be left.
Yep.
Good. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
It's inbounds. You want inbounds here. It's scary because if you do turn it over, you can catch that hillside, and it tends to roll forward and sometimes leak out of bounds into the drink.
Where Seppo's lie is going to be on his second shot is one of the few 30-footers that you'll see a lot of pros lay up. It's hard to lay up inside 40 feet for most of us, but that's one you can justify. It's almost straight in the drink if you miss at all.
Not only that, you won't get your putter back. Like, it's gone.
And Seppo looks like he's lining up a little bit of an aggressive line.
Sit. Oh, boy.
And look at that. Hitting chains and still OB.
I like the effort.
Gannon, pure stroke. Nice birdie.
Sure.
Eagle, pure stroke. Nice birdie.
Seppo's putter taunting him, floating away.
And actually kind of a nice bogey save. That's our first red number of the round. Seppo looks like he's going to be dropping 2 strokes to everyone on the card. And Chris is off to the races here. 5 down through 6. Eagle right there. So is Gannon. 4 down through 6 for those other 2 guys.
Hole 7, par 4, 432. One of the more interesting holes on this course because you will see a number of eagles here every round because it is just 432. But can you stick it on that tiny little strip of land in between the bunkers, over the green, and before this slope behind the basket that takes you right down to the out of bounds?
Many people know about the Garrett Gurthie ace on this hole in 2020. What they might not know is that all 3 of the other players on the card also carded the deuce as Chris goes in the sand bunker there. He'd be able to progress up there and have a putt for birdie still from inside the circle. But the card, the foursome, went 9 under in that round on
Did
this
not
hole.
know that.
That's
greatest hole of golf ever played, in no matter what discipline of golf you're talking about.
That's crazy.
That's parked for birdie.
Yeah, with the,
which is weird.
With the sand being hazard, the
it's a bit
sand
weird.
is the only place where you're going to get to advance up if you are taking a penalty. Everything else goes to a tricky drop zone about 190 feet short.
Oh, this is Bunker City.
What? Yep. Yeah.
Oh. I thought for a second he might find a little space over there. That's a tough spot because he's got a long putt and he's putting directly at the other bunker.
I think that's a layup.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
This is Kale's new disc.
Ooh, it looks great. Settle.
Sit. Sit.
No. No.
Sit.
No.
Happened so fast.
Oh,
come
Couldn't
on.
get back. No.
No way. Oh, heartbreaking. And like you said, Nate, that approach shot it's a daunting approach here. A very skinny landing zone up by the pin. I like that.
Sit.
Oh, no, don't like it anymore. And so you see that 432, you see par 4, and you're like, is it really a par 4? And I think it is just because of how quick those double, triple bogeys can happen. It just...
I'm lucky because I don't have the distance to really go past on a true hyzer, so I'm just playing it into the bunker. I think this actually plays a little tougher for these guys than somebody who can't really, accidentally throw it 100 feet long like Seppo did just now.
I agree.
So Seppo with 2 OB throws and still only carding just a 5. And Eagle is doing something I've never seen him ever do.
Did I work him?
I think sometimes in that sand,
commentary curse.
When you reach down and you get your putt ready, lined up, your feet could just move underneath you and it can be hard to stop. I don't know if that's what happened there with the Eagle, but I find myself sometimes having to reset in the sand. Difficult hole for our card.
Focus. Get rid of any of those pressure thoughts and really center yourself, like where you're at and the shot you're throwing. Trying to just really let everything besides the basket bleed away.
I'm going to put a request that Jomez play that ad every single round all year, because I will watch that shot endlessly. That is the best thing that's ever happened. Hole 8, par 3, 427 foot downhill right turning. Forehand is common if you have that power. A lot of players also go with a slow turning backhand mid-range. Blind from the tee. There is an OB cart path to the left and just long.
Wind certainly a factor here.
Absolutely.
Right to left cross, so you really have to manipulate that angle, which this is going to be short.
Still such a beautiful line.
Yeah, beautiful, perfect, but it's just playing so hard. But that's like a 420 mid-range downhill.
With the Iron Samurai, I don't know if that's a putter or a mid-range, but I think it's a mid.
I do too.
How is it just like slowly fading? Did you see how slow it faded? I thought at any second it could bump that back edge out and then drift left, and it just never did. So much spin on it.
We really need to get sports science on Eagle McMahon and try to figure out how he can go so slow with discs that are so slow and outdrive other people who are going fast with fast shots. I just don't get it.
Yeah, this will show you how much power it takes to get there. Gannon whips it, and he's short. If you turn it over off the tee, you really could lose the disc left in that wind. And so it really takes all hyzer sidearm. Are you guys getting there?
Not on this day. I was about 40 feet, and it was because I felt like I had to disc up. Because of the wind. This is probably just in trouble.
Full. I feel that's a full shank for Seppo. That unfortunate out of bounds early. But yeah, we had a bit of a headwind for our group, and the forehand required a full flex of the overstable, and that's just a lot of distance to carry. So Seppo now looking like he's going to suffer 3 consecutive bogeys, and good approach, but he's going to want to stop the bleeding here as soon as possible. Think that was a run?
Yeah, it looked like he was giving it a half go.
Wow, what a birdie. What a birdie.
Imagine how easy it is for him to throw that sidearm, and he's just like, nope, it's hurt, but it doesn't affect me in any way. I'm one of the best shot shapers that there is.
I mean, this hole is just, when Eagle is not hurt with his forehand, it's just a child's play hyzer flick. Stable disc. High hyzer spike.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that what I feel like is the biggest weapon in the game right now in his distant sidearm, just because he's throwing it 50 feet farther than anybody accurately.
Yeah.
When it gets windy on courses like this, he can
it doesn't affect him.
Yep, exactly. And that he's lost it, but still he's just like, no problem.
Yeah, watch me throw a slow mid-range and still get all the distance going at about 15% speed. Hole 9, par 4, 641 feet. The pin here is in a very difficult location, very hard to approach. First, you have to get through this tight tunnel. Getting a big tee shot here is so important to really allow yourself good access. And Eagle's done a really good job of getting this drive way left to really open up the best angle for the approach.
Tougher angle for him because he does have to throw that backhand into the green. Approaching it from left to right with the sidearm for these righties is definitely what you're going to see from the rest of these guys, I believe.
Yeah, although he did tell me that he's throwing 250 and under with the forehand, no problem. So it's possible with his arm off the tee, that could end up being a forehand for him. We'll see.
This is one of the more shallow bunkers on the course. I saw a lot of people skipping right out of there, no problem as well.
Wow, aggressive.
And I think he's going to get away with this. Yep. It's going to be a longer approach, but he's happy with it being in the middle of the fairway. Let's see if Seppo can right the ship here on 9. Great looking tee shot. Objective number 1, check.
Uh-oh.
It's in danger. Oh, no. So that's going to put that putting game to the test again. Outside circle 1 for the par save.
Looks like it will be that tricky backhand like Uli thought.
So you're saying you'd rather be straight off the tee for the backhand approach. Is that right, Paul?
Well, look at.
Okay.
See what I mean? He has to cover that bunker with touch.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't, then he ends up where Gannon is.
I'm kind of surprised he went there with it. I sort of think trust your putt, play 20 left.
Sure.
But, you know.
Yeah. And that's obviously what you'd like to do there with Chris, but that green, oh my goodness, look how much action there is.
Probably close to bullseye, though, after that roll, 20 feet.
Seppo, look how big this drive was. You don't think Seppo's got elite power? Watch the 2019 Delaware Disc Golf Challenge, hole 17. In the circle and 2, something that you just aren't going to ever do. Another nice save for Gannon.
He just hammers those in there.
Well, I mean, it was right at that power distance. It was 30 feet.
Yeah.
Just like the garage. Or the basement, or wherever he putts. So Chris is going to extend that lead even more here. Six down on the front 9 for Chris is getting it done. This is the easier of the 2 9s, but 6 down is a great start, obviously. Eagle right behind him at 5 under. Gannon shooting 4 down, and Seppo going to get under par here with a birdie on 9.
There you see it. Chris Dickerson up 2 through that front 9, adding 1 to his lead from the first day's action. But a lot of players obviously still in striking distance. And like you said, the harder 9 still coming up.
That's right. We got a little bit of movement there with Calvin Heimberg, but for the most part, and Kevin Jones working his way up the leaderboard as well. But it's so tight at the top. It always is early on in these events. Chris Dickerson, though, in his first LVC, he's proven why he's one of the elite players in our sport.
We've been waiting for him to come out west for a long time, so excited to see him playing so well. And I think everybody's got a tough task trying to chase that guy down. He really plays under control, and he's doing that again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to the Founders Club especially for their support of the coverage we make here at JomezPro. Come right back. We got the back 9 of Round 2 2022 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova.
Might as well hit that bell and subscribe as well.
That's a good call.